Hi everybody, Jill here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a fun makeup tutorial today. This one was inspired by the fact that the last couple videos that I have uploaded here, the most recent ones, I have gotten quite a few compliments about how pretty my makeup looked or how nice my skin looked. And I really don't think it's a coincidence. It's a certain foundation that I haven't used in a long time and just decided that I wanted to use it. And both times in both videos, I have had compliments. So we are going to create a look today with that foundation. We're going to create this whole look today. So I hope you like it. I do want to say that I apologize for having to use this microphone. I hope that I can make it work to where it's not distracting during this tutorial. But my lapel mic decided not to work anymore. So I have a replacement on order and it'll be here hopefully soon. I didn't want to just not put anything up this week. I've been really anxious to do a makeup tutorial for you guys. So I hope that you have patience with me and I hope it's not too distracting that I have to work with using this. All right, let's get going on creating this look. I hope you guys like it. I have had this foundation. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. This is their water foundation and it is indeed watery. I mean, it is water, which is why I think I just stopped using it because I could not figure out, I don't know. I was having a very difficult time with application. However, I have figured out something that seems to be working really well. And I just use a makeup sponge and I put it directly on here and then I apply it. The surprising thing about this foundation is that it actually gives you really good coverage and it is very buildable. So I was pleasantly surprised about that. I'm not looking for a foundation that's heavy coverage or anything, but you know, this day and age, you know, I'm in my mid 50s, actually slap dang in the middle of it. So here is where I'm just going to drop it on. This is like a pipette. So you push it down when it's inside the bottle and let it go. It sucks up the foundation in there and then you push it again to disperse it. I have tried again of putting that right on my fingers. It is a little bit annoying. However, this seems to work really well. So after I kind of get it on there, I do like to take the sponge and press it in. You know, as we age, our pores get more noticeable because we lose that collagen and elastin and that really great foundation of our skin. And so everything starts moving down and it does that microscopically. The skin falls into the pores and it just makes those pores look more noticeable. So I like to kind of just press it in there, which is why it's so important to wash your face when you go to bed. Get that makeup out of there, get it off. I have to mention these sponges. I desperately needed new sponges. I threw my old ones away. They lasted me a good long time. I wash them and I usually use like Dawn dish soap because it's not necessarily that I'm using oil-based products on this, but it definitely needs something more than what I use to clean my makeup brushes to really get these clean. You can only do that so many times before they just kind of start crumbling and falling apart. And I just don't recommend keeping them forever, but I think I had those sponges for a good year, you know, and I would wash them, but they needed to be tossed. So these are brand new. I refuse to pay $20 for a makeup sponge. I just don't think it's necessary. I know kind of the criteria that I look for in my makeup sponges. I want them to be soft and bouncy. I don't want them to be really hard. And these are wonderful and quite inexpensive. These are e.l.f. sponges. I got them at Target. You probably could get them almost anywhere where they carry e.l.f. products. And I am loving them. This one I absolutely love for concealer. Again, this is e.l.f. as well. All right, I'm going to go in with my tried and true BareSkin. This is the Serum concealer, and you may you may know already that this is definitely one of my favorites. This is the Born This Way concealer, and I have to say this one is fabulous as well. These two are my very favorite thus far for aging skin, aging eye tissue. It's really tricky finding a good concealer. So this one is definitely lighter, not as good a coverage, but I still absolutely love the finish on this one. So I love this. It fits really nicely where I need it. And I just kind of like to drag my concealer down, straight down, kind of so it sits, not here on my nose, but just kind of right in here. I am finding less is more when trying to do the concealer these days. And to be honest, these lines that have really kind of formed this year, and they're your traditional sort of smile lines where it's folding over. I kind of like them. I do. I really kind of like them. I don't know. So they don't really bother me. Going to be using two setting powders today. One is the Bye Bye Pores by It Cosmetics, and I'm going to show you the secret way on how I use this. I cannot use this one all over my face. It's just, for one thing, it's quite light. It's very white, but I do utilize it more as a finishing brightening powder in the center of my face after I use my favorite setting powder, and this is the Too Faced Do You. Yes, guys, I'm still using this. I'm going to use a big fluffy powder brush. This is an It Cosmetics powder brush. I'll try to find the link to this and stick it down below for you. Then finally, I'm going to go in with the Bye Bye Pores using the same powder brush, and I'm just going to pounce this in right in the center of my face. And powdering my face like this has really been kind of my secret weapon, just to kind of look brighter, and I've been really enjoying it. A while back, I purchased these Ulta palettes. This one that's from Ulta Beauty. This one's called Bloom, and this is the blush. Never used these before. I actually forgot I had them. So we are going to create a look with both of these. This is obviously blush, and we're going to create an eye look with this. All right, so let's start with the eyes. First, we're gonna use, I need to do a wash color first. I know those of you that watch my makeup tutorials know I prefer to do that. It just gives me a really nice, easily to blend upon foundation on my eyes. And that's what it's all about, really, is blending, making every step look very soft. And I find when you use an all-over wash color, it really makes that much easier. All right, I'm going in with the color Peony. Right, so I would say that the payoff on this wasn't the greatest. The fallout wasn't bad. They're very soft. I think you can create a very nice soft look with these. I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and then I'm going to tight line with my Sigma black eyeliner pencil right under the lashes. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. That. I'm still using the same exact products and the same technique, and they're all benefit products. I start off with the foolproof brow powder, and once I get that going, I take a spoolie and just soften that up. After that, I go in with some brow gel. This, I think this, I will put down in the description box because I can't remember the number that I use. I think it's 4.5 is the number. It's pretty dark, but I like the contrast. And then after that, I still go in and set it all with a 24-hour brow clear gel. These are all waterproof. So if you sweat or whatever happens, it is not going to run. It's going to stay all day. All right, now we're down to blush, and then we're going to do our lips. So let's go ahead and try the Ulta Beauty blush palette I got here today. And I don't know. I'm not sure this is going to be the best choice for our look today. I was hoping it'd be a little more mauve-y, but I'm just going to give it a go anyway. There looks like there's kind of more of sort of a bronzer look here. It's called Walnut. This is called Cherry Blossom. So I think I'm just going to go in with, well, maybe I'll do a tiny little bit of contouring with this because this is very matte. And then kind of more on the top of the cheeks and more in the apple of the cheeks. I'll go ahead and try this. We'll see what this looks like. I'm going to go in with just a bit more of a dense brush for the contouring, which I think is going to end up being quite, I don't know if this is going to work as a contour. But I'm just going to create more of a hollow maybe to my cheeks here. All right, let's now go into Cherry Blossom here. I'm going to use just definitely more of a floofy brush for this. Very pretty. I would say it's quite highlighty, and I like that. I don't like my blush to be very flat. If I do have flat blush, and they're very pretty. Mostly Makeup Geek blush colors that I have are quite matte, and then I just highlight the top of my cheeks later. And it gives me a great look. However, I don't feel the need that I need to really highlight my, where I normally like to lay in some highlighter with this blush because it does that for me. Plus, we brighten the center of our face already with the Bye Bye Pores sort of finishing powder. I always like to blend it out with whatever leftover powder I have on here, and it softens the whole look. It diminishes any harsh edges we may have missed, even in our blush application. All right, I'm going to get on some hair now, and we will finish off with the lips. I'll be right back. All right, so for my lips today, I have decided on something a little mauve-y, but not over the top because the blush isn't awful mauve-y either, but I'm hoping this will be a nice happy medium ground here. Everything that I use today, I'm going to put down in that description show more box. So you'll have a good reference for you if you really like this look and want to try to recreate it yourself. Don't get too hung up actually on trying to find the exact color, exactly what I use, because chances are you probably have a collection of makeup yourself, all of your own, and I bet you could recreate this using what you already have. I have contacts on, so I can't read unless I have these on. So this is Romantic Rose, number 450. And this is the brand Color Sensational. No, it might be the brand. Again, I will put this down in the description box so you'll know for sure. And I'm going to line my lips with my favorite lip liner that I use with just about every single lipstick that I have, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Pencil. I love this lip pencil. I would like to get more in her line. This is the only one I have and the only one I've ever had actually in her line, because they're not super creamy. I mean, if a lip pencil is too creamy, it is just going to bleed like my lipstick. I really need it to be a fence. I need it to hold my lipstick in. So I need it to be on the drier side, but not so dry that it's hard to draw with, and I find that these fit that bill really, really well. So I'm going to be using that to line. I like the Iconic Nude because it's neutral. It's a very neutral color. And unless you're wearing red or deep, if you go into darker colors, this probably won't work. But as long as this is a little darker than the lipstick you're wearing, I think you will be fine. And I find it works with a lot of what I have because I tend to use kind of more neutral colors. So I'm going to line with that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on, the lipstick itself, and I'll see what it looks like. I may use just a tiny little bit of this. This is the Makeup Geek. This is a foil sort of lip gloss, and it's called VIP. We'll see. Pretty much a straight line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to continue to draw on my natural lip line all the way to the corner. I actually go on the inside. Once I make my straight line, I now will start drawing on the inside of my natural lip line, and I really tuck it in there at the end, because if I don't and I do this, it's really going to create a whole different look, and it will accentuate sort of that frown thing that happens as we get a little older. Now I like to really soften that. So the thing I also love about Charlotte Tilbury is the fact that it lasts because it's not super creamy. And I feel like in a way it may sort of stain a little bit, and that's great because even when my lipstick is gone, at least I'm going to have some definition to my lips. That's something else that happens as we age, is we kind of lose a little bit of that definition as we get older, and our lips can kind of start receding into the rest of our face. And when you use a little bit of lip liner, and I really recommend softening it out, so that way when you are left with no lipstick on, it doesn't look like, oh my gosh, her lips are lined. But what it does do is it defines your lips a little bit. So definitely soften out your lip liner. That's a very pretty color. Just the right amount of mauve, just the right amount of pink. It is truly a nice neutral, maybe cool neutral. But I don't wear this one that much. I'm going to start wearing it more. Number 450. Can you guys see that? All right, so I am going to add a little pop, just a little pop with the VIP. I really like these. I hope they still sell this. I really like them because they're not really super thin like a lip gloss. They don't travel like a lip gloss can and end up in the corners of your mouth and down the sides of your face. And I do only put it right in the center, though. I only put it in the center of my lips, and it stays there for the most part. So I really have enjoyed this. It's been a great purchase, and I've had it forever. The last couple of videos that I've uploaded here, you guys have given me so many compliments about how pretty my skin looks and how pretty your makeup looks. And I just don't think it was a coincidence. I really do think it is that Tarte foundation that I used. And so I have been wearing it more often and really enjoying it. It seems to have really good staying power. It lasts pretty dang well through the day. Again, though, I do set it, and you saw how I did that. That's a little kind of a hack, if you will. I do a lot of that if I'll use either something like that Bye Pores, or I'll use other types of finishing powders that do allow the light to bounce off a little bit. I do a lot of that center brightening. You can even do it with two different colors of foundation, one that's a little lighter in the center of your face. You've seen me do that as well. And just experiment with that, because that is really powerful. You guys, makeup is just playing with light. Whether you want it to disappear and contour your face, or if you want something to bounce back at you to give you some brightness and to fool the eye a little bit when it comes to your wrinkles and your fine lines that you may be sporting. Anyway, as always, I always hope that you go away with at least just one little tip or one little thing that you saw that made you very curious and want to try it on yourself. You deserve to feel your best, and you deserve to feel like you look your best. All right, I'm going to sign off for this one. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.